Who's ready for the next presentation? This is always a crowd favorite, so we're very happy to present Nanobrows with Shayli Garmehi. Shayli.
Hello, I'm Shayli, PMU Master and founder of Harmony PMU Academy. I'm from Toronto, Canada and originally from Iran. My journey in the beauty industry started since 2003 and I had the privilege of serving PMU artists perfecting the art of natural microblading through the technique. My journey has gone beyond just mastering the technique. So that's why I founded Harmony Academy, a place where artists from around the world not only learn permanent makeup techniques but also find a nurturing environment to grow and flourish. As an entrepreneur and a woman, my goal to creating this academy and platform was mostly to help women of my country, Iran. I believe that every woman has the potential and I'm committed to providing them with the opportunities that they can unlock their potential. This year in Vegas PMU conference, I'm presenting my Nano Wildbrows Technique. Creating this pattern happened by looking at bushy and fluffy eyebrows, and the idea of creating this pattern was to make hyper-realistic eyebrows and also give eyebrows more volume. This technique can be done for special clients who lost their hairs from alopecia or chemotherapy. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. Hope you had a good time at the conference and you enjoyed the party last night. How was the party? First of all, I would like to thank Melissa and Eric for organizing such an amazing event and actually giving me this opportunity to be here today. Today we're going to learn about Nano Wildbrows Technique. So how many of you here are doing microblading? Just microblading. Okay. And how many of you are doing just machine, like doing strokes? Okay. So this technique, it's the combination of both microblading and machines. So this pattern, it's actually specialized for men and also for those who lost hairs from alopecia or chemotherapy. So the idea of creating this pattern was just, to make hyper-realistic eyebrows by following natural hair directions. So in this technique, I use both machine hair strokes and using manual tools. So many of you were asking, what is the difference of doing microblading for men? Is there any different doing it for women or men? So the technique is the same. It's just that we have to use different pattern and also different shape for men when we're doing microblading, because we want to get kind of more of a natural look eyebrows for men than women. So that's why I come up with this pattern, which is following
a natural hair direction by looking at men eyebrows. So one second. So the key to success, this pattern, is the freedom of combining different variation of hair strokes by following natural hair direction of client hair. And also creating shape that's suitable for each individuals. So there are some factors in order to create nano wildbrows. First, we should know there are few factors to create this microblading pattern. So here in this photo, you can see different fundamental of the eyebrow, different part of the eyebrow. So first we have to understand that there are different parts. Head of the eyebrow, transition, upper parts, lower parts, spine line, which is very important to understand this. If you're a microblading artist and you don't know what the spine line means, that's something that you have to think about it and get more educated about what is spine line, because as we want to create very natural eyebrows, we have to understand this important thing. Here, as you can see, on this presentation, I'm going to focus on different patterns, okay? So each of you have the booklet in front of you or in your bag that has the shape of the eyebrow and also the different patterns, so you can just practice today. At the end, I'm going to go through your tables and show you how to hold the blade and also doing this pattern. So first, head of the eyebrow, it's actually combined with some mini hair strokes that could be different according to each client's hair. Next one. Next part is transition. So going one more back. Okay, so this is transition. Transition means connecting head of the eyebrow to the rest of the eyebrow. So basically, the hairs on the head growing upward and the rest of the eyebrow from lower and upper line, they're growing in different directions. So at transition part, we have to basically use three different three different strokes to change the direction of the hair strokes towards the end. So we have different spine lines, as you can see in this photo. So spine lines means the hairs from the bottom and the top are growing like different directions, and in the middle of the eyebrow they get connect with each other. So usually in men and women we have kind of different spine lines. So we have a spine number 5, spine number 6, 3, Asian spine, and also upper spine. So the common ones, which I'm going through different spines later with showing you the whole video. So here is you can see in this picture the lower line. The strokes are growing from the bottom of the eyebrow, growing towards the spine line. It doesn't cross the spine line. So basically we have to following the spine line. And this picture, you can see spine number 6, which you can use different hair stroke variations. As you can see on top of that picture, there are different variation of strokes that you can use any of them according to the natural hair direction of your client. So next step is going on upper line. Upper line, it's basically starting from top part of the transition. So as you can see, the variation of upper strokes could be different. So we choose it again according to different variation of the natural hair growth of your client. You can pick it differently. And at the end, we have to connect upper and the lower together on the spine line. As you can see in this picture, the spine strokes are I use pink color so that you can see how to connect with each other. So if you're a microblading artist and you're not you're not following, the spine line sorry, I think the microphone was off. So it's basically you're not following the natural hair. At the end of the result, you're not going to see very natural, basically healed result. So the reason why I'm pointing and I'm very restricted on following the natural hair direction is understanding what spine line each eyebrow has. So here in this picture, you can see men's spine. So basically, the base of the eyebrow is drawn with the white color. So you can see that's the base shape of the eyebrow. The pink part is the tail. So the tail could be, again, different on each eyebrow, be different. So in this case, you can see the tail is kind of longer, and the blue part, the blue line that you see, it's where the thickness of the eyebrow can be changed. So we can use mini hair strokes on that part to create the eyebrow look more natural. And the green line is our main spine. So exactly as on the top picture, you can see the strokes are growing from bottom towards the spine and from the top going towards close to point 3. So here you can see this video. If you can play the video, please. So can the video be played? So this is a spine number 5. As you can see, it's more common on Asian, eyebrows. Usually, hairs are growing from the bottom of the shape, going towards point 5, and the hairs from the top are growing downwards all the way to point 5. So it's more common on Asians, and we can use also this technique, this spine for men eyebrows. So this is a spine number 6. As you can see here, we usually see this spine, it's very common. So on most eyebrows, you can see this. If you take a look at your next person eyebrows, you basically can see the difference between the spines on the eyebrows. So this is spine 6. As you can see, usually it starts from after beginning of the eyebrow and then goes all the way to point 6. And the rest of the tail, it could be added with some mini hairs. If your client has very bushy eyebrows, you can add those little hair strokes towards the end of the tail. Otherwise, you can just leave it without that. So next, yeah, this is spine 6. It should be a video playing, but okay. So this is spine number 3. As you can see, the hairs are growing upwards all the way to point 6. As you can see on the green line, it shows. And again, the pink part, the pink line that I have on the picture, it's the part that you can either add mini hairs or you can just leave it empty. So that really depending on the natural type of your client's eyebrow. Okay. So I'm going to, at the end of my presentation, I'm going to go through your tables. I'll show you all of these different spine lines. So for this technique, we use different manual tools and machine, as I said. So there are different blade size that we have to basically follow. So the more common blade size that I use, it's U18. So I use U blade because I would be able to create the S strokes much easier. If you're using flat blades, it makes it really hard. But using U blade, you can use with the side of the blade and create all that concave, basically, shape on the strokes. I use U18 for, depending on the skin type of your client, you can choose different blades. So if your client has thicker skin, you can use thicker size of blade, which is like 18. And if your client has thinner skin, you can use 24 or 21 needle. Blade. So we have different manual and manual tools. So it could be disposable one or it could be metal. So with disposable one, it's much easier because after you use, it's very hygiene. So you can, dispose it, and then for next client, you can use a new one. But you can either use metal, so and the blade that you use, it could be disposed after each client, and then you can use the solution for actually sterilize your metal tools. So this universal holder can be used with any type of blades, for shading, for anything like nano, any blade that you can use with universal holder. Also, the other tool that we have to use, it's the machine. So we use different size of cartridges depending on your client's skin type and texture. So the machine that I use, it's the brand of Harmony. You can come to our booth and check the machine, test it, and see how it works. And the cartridge that we use for this strokes are starting from 0.20 to 0.35. So depending on your client's thickness of the skin, if they have like very delicate and thin skin, you can go with 0.20 or 25. And if it's thicker, you can go with bigger size configurations. So for color theory, my favorite color that I use, pigments that I use, is from Permablend, Even Flow. Using good quality pigment is important. So for microblading, we should use a thicker texture of the color, the pigment, to be stick to the blade. Otherwise, you'll not be able to create that fine strokes. But with Even Flow pigments, you can use it for both blading and the machine. So the new formula that Even Flow has, it's containing 4 different color tones. The lightest, it's suitable for skin type 1, 2, 3. And the darkest one, which is deep brown, it's suitable for darker skin tone. So you can choose the pigment according to your skin, your client's skin type. So the important part of creating realistic eyebrows and natural kind of eyebrow and shape, we have to use proper tool for shaping the eyebrows. So nobody has perfect eyebrows. They're saying like eyebrows are sisters, they're not twins. So it could be uneven. But what we can do with this kind of manual, with kind of divider or compass, we can create symmetrical eyebrows. So using this compass, it's very easy. We have to find 6 golden points on the eyebrow in order to create the symmetrical eyebrows on the face. So here, for measuring and symmetry, we always have to do with the laying down position of the client. So if they're sitting up, usually the mimic of the face, it's different on both sides. So the reason that we have to do the measurement, it's because when they lay down and face is flat and muscles are kind of relaxed on the forehead, so we are able to do the measurement better. So we find all these points with this tool, which I'm going to play the video later so you can see how you can use it. And after we find all of these 6 points, we connect them together. And then we ask our client to sit, and again, we check the symmetry. So there are different tools like mapping string. Also, you can use it after using the divider. You can use those string to make sure that the eyebrows are even and the points are actually on the same line. But in some cases, like one side of the face, it's called mimic. So they're basically changing. On some people it's more, some people is less. So for that reason, if they had Botox done, you can actually ask them to wait at least 4 weeks. So then you can, make the eyebrows. Otherwise, if you see that it's not possible to make the symmetrical eyebrows, you can ask your client to do Botox and then do this. So for this tool, this video can be played. So this video shows how to use this compass for the client to shape the eyebrow. So we have this in the app later, so they can play the video, right?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm not sure what happened, but I can have you come to my booth so I can do the measurements and show you how to use this compass. So depth of penetration on the skin. So we usually work on between epidermis and dermis of the skin. So we don't go too deep. The reason why, if we go too deep on the skin, the color will turn ashy after healing. And if we go too shallow on the skin, then the color doesn't last long. So what we do with this technique is basically improving all of these. We do the first pass, creating the pattern with microblading. We don't go too deep at all. So after first pass, you can see like only very fine strokes on the skin without any bleeding or blood spot is normal because sometimes it comes out with the lymph, but running out, the blood, if it's running out, that means it's not a good thing. So that means you're working too deep on the skin. So how do we know if we are actually on a right layer of the skin? So after, when we do the microblading, we have to have enough stretch on the skin. So then we basically, we don't rip the skin or we don't go too shallow on the skin. So for first pass, which is with the blade and microblading, we do it very kind of on the top of the dermis layer. For using the machine on top of the strokes that we already created, we basically have to make sure that we use the same blade size as the needle size. If we're using nano blade, if we're using very fine blades, we have to use very thin needle size as well. So here in this video, you can see the movement. I mean, in these pictures, the movement shows like it has to be at 90 degrees with the back and forth short movements. Okay, so this is how you have to basically do the second and the third pass. We don't go too deep, even with the machine when we work. We don't have too much pressure. We don't go too deep on the skin. Because the pattern has, the skin is already open, so we have to basically just go over the same stroke. If we go on the of the skin, we could create some shadow around the strokes and they don't look kind of crispy at the end. And also, one thing that you were wondering, using numbing, pre-numbing for this technique, because on Sunday when I had my model demo, I didn't use any numbing, pre-numbing. So after the first pass, when the skin was open, I applied the numbing drops. So that's how I work, and I suggest and I tell my students, like, just use numbing for open skin, never pre-numb, because what happened is actually the color gets migrated under if we go too deep with the blading. The reason that we don't actually use numbing, it's because of that. But using numbing gel or drop, you can just for the open skin, it's fine. One pass, it would be enough after that. So the movement of the machine, the correct movement, it should be very slow. If we go too fast, then we basically going deeper on the skin. That's, what happened is we create a kind of ashy result at the end. So this is a video of doing the pattern of men's spine on latex. So just go one more back, please. Technical issues.
So it looks like the file, your file itself is corrupt. We're trying to get the videos up for you.
Okay, so,
And this would be the only way we'd be able to play it the way it was playing at the moment. But
okay,
we're trying to get it for you.
okay, so during this time, I want you to have your latex and blades out and also the booklet, so I can come through your table and show you like some, and also I would be able to do a model demo for making the measurements with the compass because the video didn't play, so I can do shaping on a live model right now. Who wants to be a model for shaping? Okay, come on up. I just need one. It's working? Yeah. Just give me 1 sec. Yeah, I need a chair, so, and also the tool that is for measuring. So if you can bring it from my table.
Is that in your booth?
Yeah, there is a table. Blades and there is a booklet that you have the shape of the eyebrow. You can get it at the front. You can get it at, if you don't have the booklet, you can get it. So if you don't have the booklet, you can get it at the back. Blade, it should be in your, like here, and you should have the holder also. Let me see. But the booklet, it's at the front, so you can get booklet. If you don't have that booklet, you can get it at the back right here for practice. And also you should have the blade and holder, exactly that one. It looks like this, so you should have it in your kit. You can practice. You can practice. So, yeah, she got it actually for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's it. Just for, yes, yeah, thank you. So I just until the video has played, so we have to wait. You have that? Okay, perfect. So that's what I want. So you can practice. There are some shapes under the main one, so you can just practice the shape. But I'd rather you watch the video first because it's kind of hard to do. It is on the app, so, but there is technical issue here to play.
Shayli, just we're able to get your video up for you.
Oh,
If
okay,
you want to check it
perfect.
out?
Okay.
And
So all the videos, hopefully. Yes, that's good. Oh, finally. Okay. So this is how you can see the angle of, can you make it a little bit louder, please? Yeah, so you can hold it at 60 degree with side of the blade. So at the same time, you pull the blade towards yourself when you're doing it on the right eyebrow. So the tool has to be between your 3 fingers to be able to move it around. So if you're holding it too tight, you won't be able to create these kind of concave movements. So we normally do head strokes first, going to the transition, lower strokes, and then going on the upper part, doing upper strokes. So we create, we make sure the shape is out in case we wipe off the pencil off, so we have the shape out already. So now we are connecting the secondary strokes, and then we get close to the spine line, and we don't cross the spine line. We just basically put the strokes laying down on the spine, as you can see here in this video. So there are so many different variations of strokes that you can follow depending on your clients. If you're doing it on someone with no hair, putting more mini hairs, it would make it more look natural. But if the client has lots of hairs, you don't have to put too many of the mini hair strokes. So that kind of bleeding, it's normal. If your client had like caffeine or alcohol the day before, or if they have sensitive skin, that could happen. So what we do is applying a little bit of, the numbing drop. It's lidocaine that you can apply. So it would kind of help for that. So these are mini strokes that we add towards the end of the eyebrow for men. Stretching from 3 sides to make the skin completely flat. We don't press the blade on the skin at all because we want to work with the machine also. We just make a very superficial with the blade. So after that, we go with the machine. So using 1 RL needle size 0.20 or 25. And we start from end. I usually start from end of the eyebrow, from the tail and end of the strokes, going towards the front. I mean, going back and forth movement and filling up the strokes. Again, for doing these passes, we don't go too deep on the skin. The reason that you might get ashy tone after healing, it's because you work too deep on the skin. If your client has oily skin, this technique is very suitable for them because it would make it last longer. Usually with microblading on oily skin, the color fades fast. But the reason that we combine these two together, because we wanted to have, the better heal result and last longer. Again, with doing, using the machine, we use 1 RL going over the same strokes. The angle should be at 90 degrees when you're going over the same strokes. If you're holding it 60, it might get into the side of the strokes and shadow at the end when it's healed. So between the strokes, we can add some shades, but very, very little, because at the end, when skin completely heals, you can see some kind of migration. It could be some shadow that doesn't look nice. So that's why we do it very superficial and soft. At the same time, result lasts somewhere between 1 to 3 years, depending on the skin type of the client. If you can make the music a little louder, would be more exciting. So the movement has to be back and forth in short strokes. And this is after, right after the treatment. And then the result usually fade up to 40%. Again, depending on your client's skin type. If it's oily, fading would be more probably, but other than that, it goes lighter. So this technique was for a man that had hair on the eyebrow. So after, like if you have clients without any hair, again, you can do the same pattern. You can create any spine that you want, which is suitable for men. And the result, again, usually lasts somewhere between 1 to 3 years. You can ask your client to come back for the yearly touch-up. And again, for the touch-up, you have to go over the same strokes, because if you go around those strokes at the end, like after a few times, when you do it, you would be able, you're gonna get some kind of shading or powdery effect. So the next video, if you can play, it would be doing a touch-up for a male client that had done it before. It's been a year, and now the color has kind of faded, but you still can see the stroke. So we just go with 1 RL, 0.20, with back and forth movement on the same stroke. So again, starting from the end of the strokes, going out of out of the spine. So the pressure that we have, it's a little bit more in the middle part of the eyebrow, but it should be less on the tail, because the tail of the eyebrow has very thin skin, so we don't want to create ashy color at the end. So we have less pressure on the tail compared to the head and the middle of the eyebrow. Always, the reason that I want to have kind of more intense pigmentation towards the end of the stroke, it's because if you take a look at natural eyebrows, you always see like some strokes are connected towards the end to each other, so it looks like a branch. And towards the end, for getting that result, you have to go more over the strokes, fill up more pigment on that. About choosing color, make sure to choose lighter color tone for your clients at the initial treatment, because always you have the option to go darker when they come back for the touch-up. You have the option to go darker tone, but if you're doing it other way, it's hard to make the color lighter. So how many of you are doing this technique here? Anyone, just hair strokes? No one? Oh, you're doing? Okay. I usually don't do only hair strokes, because the reason I want to combine it with microblading, it's because you can create the pattern much nicer and more precise, other than just using the machine strokes. Some artists are using drawing with pencil, but I would suggest to do microblading very superficially and then fill it up with a machine. Music is out? Okay. Thank you. So now we're doing a little bit of shade between the strokes. We do the shading very actually superficial and again light. We don't want to get strokes to connect and completely look like a bigger stroke. We just want to have a little bit of fuller look towards the end of the hairs and the strokes. So that's why we just do very light shading. You can choose a lighter tone color for the shade also. So for example, if we use medium brown for microblading and the machine strokes, for the shading we can go one tone lighter. Okay. So we missed the video for shaping and measurement. So I was going to do a live demo. If she can come to the stage, we can do that. Also, you can play the video if it's possible. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So we normally do the measurement in a laying down position, but right now I'm going to show you how to use, have a seat, to show you how to use this divider just to measure the eyebrows. So first, when client is in laying down position, we have to stand on like behind the client's head, and then we ask client to close the eyes, because when eyes are closed, the muscles on the forehead, it's kind of more relaxed, so you can basically see the shape better. So first we have to find the middle part of the face by like pinching it this way, or using the divider, just put it in the middle, like on the nose bridge, and then you can use the pencil to mark it down. Okay, so once you find the middle part, you ask your client to open the eye. So with this side of the divider, which has two sides, you can bring it close to the face, just close on the corner of the eyes, just right over the red part. So you hold it. So the distance of between the eyes could determine our point 1. So we're basically finding our points right now. So we mark it down. This is our beginning of the eyebrows, okay? So that's how we determine the beginning of the eyebrow. And next, we have to find the length of the eyebrow. With this tool, you can place it right in, close your eyes now. So you can place it right in the corner of the nose, corner of the eyes, okay? And then mark it down. So this is our point 3. So point 3, from point 3 to 1, it's our the length of the eyebrow. So now we do only one side of the eyebrow, and then when we have all the measurements, we can just switch it to the next eyebrow. So now with this side of the divider, we open it, we place one side over point 1, and the other side go over point 3, okay? So when we have the distance, again we switch this back, we use the side that has 3 parts, we place one right over point 1, and then the next one goes right over the arch, okay? So this is our point number 2, which is the arch of the eyebrow. And then we move the other side of the divider, put it right over point 3, okay? And now we have to mark down point 5. You can close your eyes, thank you. So this is our point 5, okay? The lowest part on the eyebrow. Now we have to find point number 4. So in order to find point number 4, we place our pinky finger over this part. You feel the bone here. So the lowest, as you can see, you can just mark it down. So if this is the bone part that you can touch, so you can mark it down. This is the beginning, the lower part of the eyebrow where you can start, okay? So this could be different on everyone. It could be higher, it could be lower, but you have to find it according to the bone part that you found out here. So then place the pencil right over here, just pull it down to connect point 2 to 3, okay? So now we have all points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is right over on the tail. We can find it this way. So open to, close your eyes, sorry. Open the divider, put it on point 2 and 3. So when you measure the distance, you can again switch this back, okay? Put one side right over point 3, okay? What you have here on this side, you can mark it down, which would be our point 6, okay? So now we can connect the points together. So before we connect them, we have to do the other eyebrow as well. So because your neck is hurting, huh? Sorry. So we can measure from point 1 to 3 and then move it to the other side. Place it to point 1 and then point number 3 here. So we're basically moving all these points from here, the measures here, and move it to the next one. Right over here, from 4 to 5, and then move it to the next one, right here. So now we can connect them. So we want to make sure point 4 and 1 are level. What we can do is using our divider, or you can use a string. If you have that, you can use it. So right now we use this. We place it right over 4 and mark it. So now for connecting, again, you don't stretch the skin too much. You just hold it because we want to make sure the lines are straight. So from 4 to 5, our line has to be straight again. Okay, and then from 4 connecting to 6 and then to 3. So the next one connecting from point 1 to 2, it should be a straight line again. And then 2 to 3 connect together. So after we connect all these points, we're able to find out which spine line her eyebrow has. As you can see, the hairs are growing upwards all the way and then growing down this way, okay? So she has a spine number 5. If we draw it, you can see this would be her spine line. So for doing this eyebrow, if you want to make a natural microblading, you always have to follow the natural hair growth of your client. If she doesn't want the strokes going downward, I don't suggest you to do the strokes all upward, because to me it's it's not a proper microblading. So you have to make sure you follow the natural hair direction, okay? And then you do on the other side, you do the same. You connect. Make sure you do all of these with laying down position, because you get more accurate drawing and shape. And then at the end, you can ask your client to sit and then check the symmetry. Okay. So we don't have like stuff to actually clean the eyebrow, but this line must be wiped off. And also here it can be wiped off to make it more clear. So if you're a beginner and you're afraid of working, losing your drawing during the work, you can use those mapping paste just to put it around the eyebrow, just to keep the shape. After you do the first pass, after you create the strokes, then you're able to wipe off everything and then continue. Okay. And then you ask your client to sit and check the symmetry. Okay? Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
I have to clean your eyebrow later, okay?
I'll see you in your booth.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank you for being our model.
My privilege.
Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. So, yeah, this divider helps a lot. If you're a beginner, you can create very, symmetrical eyebrows. But if you are using the string, again, mapping a string, it's also, okay to do. But I would suggest to go with the tools that gives you more accurate shape, and then use the thread or a string to connect them together. Okay, any questions? I guess the other video can be played, or if not, then it's going to be on the app. So
We can play the first video now if you'd like.
the one that has the strokes, page number 12. So it shows the men's spine. It's just some short videos that can be played. So
It's coming up.
okay, thank you. Okay, yes. So as you can see, this is the base shape, and it's going to be drawn. And this is the tail that you can do it for men microblading also. So, and this part is the mini strokes that you have to add. And green part is are actually the spine line. So the next one you can play, it's spine number 5, which shows like how to draw the spine, and after spine 3 and 6. So yeah, the most common spine lines are usually 6 and 3, but for men are upper spine. So it really depending on your client eyebrow. What I do is when I have clients, I make them sit, I look at their eyebrows in details to make sure that I see the spine, I find the spine, and then after that you can decide like which spine line you can draw. So this is a spine 5, as you can see. For usually Asian clients, you can use. And then after we do the the strokes, we have to follow that line. The next one, it's spine 3 and then 6. So how many of you were using compass or divider for shaping eyebrows. Any other tools that you were using? Huh? Okay. So all of these are in your booklet. You can have access to it. You can just follow. If you want to learn more variations, it's always something that you can create by looking at your client's eyebrows. Okay, I guess only the video for the shaping was not played. Otherwise, we can go to the question part. So that's the base part, and spine 6. So it started all the way from point 6 to the beginning of the eyebrow. So the reason I call this pattern Wildbrows, it's because wild means it's, you know, growing in a natural way. So the idea of using this name is because of that. So I follow the natural hair directions. So thank you for sharing your time with me. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry about the technical issues. Thank you. So any questions?
Yes, we have time for a few questions.
Okay. No questions?
There's a
Okay.
question over here. Keep your hand up if you have a question, please.
Got a question here. Right here.
First of all, thank you, Shayli. I wanted to ask, do you do Nanobrows only with 0.20 diameter of needle?
Depending on your client's skin texture, you can choose either 20 or 25 or 30 or 35. So the thicker the skin is, you can choose thicker needle. But my favorite one, it's always like 25 for the needle, and using U-shape size 18 and 24. So these are the most common one that I use.
Question over here. To your right.
Thank you. So when you're doing your first pass with the microblading, I think you said that you go very shallow and you're just doing the skeleton.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you go back over those same lines with the machine and then a little bit more deep? And do you notice that there is much swelling or blood when you combine the two techniques?
Okay, so I do the combination. So that means I go with the blade, one pass, very shallow. As long as you can see the pattern is out, then you can use the machine to go over the same stroke. But you don't have to have lots of pressure. As you saw in the video, the pressure is very light. So you go in short movement, back and forth, no bleeding. It shouldn't be any blood coming out. If you see it, that means you're either going too deep on the skin or the client has sensitive skin, which happens usually. Yeah.
Question right here, front left.
Yep.
What's your optimal speed for the hair strokes?
Sorry, say that again.
What's the optimal ideal speed for the hair strokes, and how many passes do you go over the brow?
Yeah, so the speed for the machine, it's at medium, okay? So we don't go too high because, as you know, like when we use the machine, the needle is going fast, like coming in and out, okay? So the faster we put the setting, the speed, that means we're opening more channels, we're putting more pigment on the skin. So for this technique, we keep it at medium. If you're using like our machine, the medium speed, it's 90 and 100. So the maximum, which is like 210, and the lowest is 50, so we keep it at 100. And what was the other question? Sorry.
How many passes?
How many passes? Okay, so again, depending on the skin type. If oily skin usually doesn't take the color fast. So as you saw it on the video, I go back and forth few times on one spot, then move forward. Okay, so that means you're doing like many passes on one spot, then move to the next one. You don't do one pass and then go over the stroke and do one pass. This is not how you do it. If you're doing microblading, you do like passes with microblading minimum of 3-4 passes. But when you do the machine, you go back and forth on one spot, then move to the next part. So that means around maybe 4 or 5 passes at the same time, okay?
Let's hear it for Shayli.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
If you have any more questions, you can ask Shayli on the Huva app. You guys ready for lunch? Well, it's not ready yet. I'm kidding. They're waiting for us, but we have some more gifts, wonderful gifts from Creed and also from our main sponsor, New Conceal. If we can have the New Conceal ladies come up. And also from Microbrow. If we could have Lulu and her staff come up, please. Let's give it up. And they can explain this much better than I, so I'm going to give them the microphone.
So we're actually not supposed to be doing this, but I got robbed. Just kidding. We met a lot of ladies here that have very inspiring stories, but we met someone that really touched our heart. Thank you, I love you too. And we thought that, you know what, we really want to help this person because she's beautiful inside and out. She came here, she's going through so much right now. She really want to enroll to our course, but she really couldn't. And we saw her passion and dedication, and we just want to be able to help her out. So we're giving her our full kit and all our online courses for her. Thank you. For her to be a part of our community, and hopefully it will help her out. And next year, she will be one success story for us. So, Joy Khan, are you here? You deserve it, you deserve it. This woman is beautiful, and she made me cry so much, so. I love her. Give it up for Joy Khan.
Joy Khan, the winner. And thank you so much for sharing your story. Now we have Lulu and Microbow. They have a giveaway as well. Yes, they're on their way.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to announce today the online giveaway with Catch Me in Vegas. And we would like to present our gifts from the Microblading company, Even Flow and Vertex. We have 2 packages. And You know, Microblading Flow Vertex is the best in the industry in perm makeup, and we have two winners. One is for online Atlanta Joy. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And second one, live, Brittany Wellness. Woo! Brittany, are you here?
Come over here.
Make her cry.
I hope those products gonna create a dream work for you.
She's from Canada.
And the second,
Я уже объявила. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, so much for those wonderful gifts. Now, if we could have Mr. Nick Lewis. He also has some wonderful prizes from Creed. Our grand prize is going to be given away right now, worth $1 million. This next lady also had a heartbreaking story, and it was a hard and difficult journey for her to join us at this conference, but she made it, and we want to thank her for making a huge sacrifice to be here. Esmeralda Alejandre. And would you like to explain what she is getting?
Well, she is getting a beautiful gift from the House of Creed valued at $500. I like to keep it a secret because everyone likes opening up presents, so she'll see what it is once you get it. But thank you so much for being here, and you won the giveaway.
Thank you so much, Eric.
We will let Esmeralda share her story with you personally. It's very touching, very touching. We have 3 more prizes to give away. Yes. And Melissa is going to send me some names.
But in the meantime, I know we had 2 big giveaways. We had 2 others, but I wanted to give 1 more away. And the reason why is I thank you guys first for sharing your stories, showing me your kids, your significant others, what you wore, just laughing with us for the last 4 days. We had a great time. But there was someone that really, really enjoyed our fragrances. You can tell that she wanted to purchase it so bad. It took her 2 days to get here because of where she lives. But because of the exchange rate, it would be entirely too expensive for her to purchase it, 6 times the amount. So Amy Hamilton. She is going to go home to Trinidad with the new Carmina. And now you get to wear it all the way home. You're so very welcome. Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
And we have 2 more winners. This is for the Catch Me in Vegas hashtag contest. Terry Hambrick. Is Terry here? There's Terry. Congratulations. And thank you for participating in the contest. And Alicia Martinez. There's Alicia. We're supposed to trade shoes, remember? Come up here so we... I saw Alicia walking in today and I said, you and I are trading shoes today. Look at those. I am so envious of those shoes. Congratulations. We have 1 more.
So should we do 1 more? Who's going to get the loudest?
The loudest or the sneakiest? I don't know who that was, but congratulations. Very good, very good. We are ready for lunch, and before we leave, let me let you know what time we are due back. 1:30 p.m. 1:30 p.m. Please be back. We have some more giveaways right as we come in. If you have not registered for